Hello from Mindset Daily, wishing you a day full of health, peace, and happiness. Thank you for watching the Mindset Daily channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us. Thank you so much.
Have you ever stopped to truly consider the life you're living today? What if every triumph and every setback you've faced had one hidden force behind it? And could that force, the quality of your mindset, be the very thing shaping your future right now? Your mindset is an invisible yet powerful guide that directs the course of your entire existence. Imagine it as a seed planted in fertile soil. Just like any seed, its growth depends on the right conditions, sunlight, nourishment, and attentive care. In the same way, your mindset needs positivity, resilience, and deliberate nurturing to thrive. Without these elements, potential lies dormant, like an uncared-for seed. The good news is, unlike external circumstances beyond your control, your mindset is fully yours to shape. It is built from your beliefs, attitudes, and habitual thoughts, the very tools you use every day, whether you realize it or not. This is the factor that separates those who achieve lasting success and fulfillment from those who remain stuck in cycles of disappointment. When you intentionally cultivate a growth-oriented mindset, you lay the foundation for extraordinary achievement and profound satisfaction. A positive mindset doesn't just change how you see challenges, it transforms how you respond. Setbacks no longer paralyze you. They become opportunities for learning and growth. Every difficulty becomes an opportunity for growth, strengthening resilience and sharpening your ability to adapt and overcome. Think of the countless individuals throughout history who achieved greatness despite overwhelming adversity. Leaders, innovators, and visionaries alike propelled themselves forward with a resilient mindset, even when the odds seemed impossible. Their stories remind us of the extraordinary power of a consciously cultivated mindset. But developing a consistently positive and empowering outlook requires sustained effort and intention. Daily practices such as mindfulness, gratitude, self-reflection, and affirmations play a crucial role in shaping this inner landscape. Commit yourself to evaluating and refining your thoughts and attitudes regularly. When negativity or doubt arises, replace them with affirmations of strength, positivity, and possibility. In the end, your mindset determines not only your emotional well-being, but also your capacity for lasting success. Each thought, belief, and attitude helps chart the course of your life. Take charge of this force by dedicating yourself to ongoing mental and emotional growth. Remember this truth. By fostering a positive, resilient, growth-oriented mindset, you empower yourself to achieve greatness. Embrace it fully, nurture it daily, and watch as your life transforms into a living testament of your limitless potential. Andrew Carnegie's story illustrates this power. His legacy was not simply financial success, but the triumph of vision, discipline, and mental mastery. When he first arrived in America, he had none of the riches that later defined him. What Andrew Carnegie possessed was far more powerful than wealth, an unshakable certainty that his life could be shaped by imagination and effort. He didn't stumble into success. He built it in the furnace of daily belief. From the start, Carnegie was intentional about his mental habits, training himself to see possibilities where others only saw limitations. When he faced poverty, he refused to dwell on lack. Instead, he focused on opportunity. When doors closed, he returned with greater resolve. This ability to reinterpret hardship was not by chance. It was the product of a carefully cultivated mindset, one where purpose triumphed over pity and imagination overcame inertia. This principle remains just as essential for you. To rise above mediocrity, you must train your mind to see life not only as it is, but as it could be. The greatest tragedies of our age are not born from a lack of talent, but from a lack of vision. Too many settle for far less than their potential simply because they never dared to see beyond their present condition. Carnegie thought differently. He saw the steel industry long before he controlled it. He envisioned communities lifted by education long before his name adorned libraries. These were not idle daydreams. They were precise mental blueprints that directed his choices, sustained his spirit, and shaped his destiny. Your journey demands the same clarity. Become the architect of your future by first mastering your thoughts. Create a vision so vivid and emotionally powerful that it cannot be ignored. Let it pull you forward even when circumstances push against you. Paint your dreams boldly on the canvas of your mind. See them, feel them, walk inside your vision daily. To do this, you must commit to mental conditioning. Begin each morning by reconnecting with your goals. Close your eyes and picture the life you are building. See yourself walking with purpose. Speak your ambitions aloud with conviction. Surround yourself with people, places, and ideas that reinforce the world you are creating, not the one you are leaving behind. And when setbacks arrive, as they surely will, reframe them. Do not see difficulty as defeat. View it as part of the process that strengthens your character and sharpens your aim. This is how Carnegie endured his storms, and this is how you must endure yours. The power to create extraordinary results lies within you. It is not reserved for the chosen few. It is awakened in those who dare to believe with unshakable faith. Let your thoughts be guided by purpose, your actions by vision, and your life by intention. Andrew Carnegie mastered his mind, and in doing so, mastered his world. The same path is open to you. Walk it with courage. Resilience is one of the most vital pillars of a successful mindset. It is not just the ability to endure adversity. It is the inner strength to recover, rebuild, and rise stronger than before. Resilience is forged in the furnace of struggle and polished by every storm faced with perseverance and purpose. Think of Thomas Edison. History remembers him as the inventor of the electric light bulb, but few recall the relentless trial and error that defined his journey. Edison conducted more than 1,000 experiments before discovering the right filament. Where others saw repeated failure, he saw steady progress. Edison famously said he had not failed. He had simply found 1,000 ways that didn't work. His words reveal a mindset trained to extract value from every outcome, no matter how disappointing it seemed. His resilience was not passive, but an active discipline. He chose to learn from difficulty instead of being defeated by it. That same discipline is available to you when setbacks arrive. Make no mistake, you will face them. The choice is to see obstacles as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Each challenge holds a hidden lesson, a seed of wisdom that, when nurtured, leads to growth. Ask yourself in those moments, what can I learn from this? One simple question can turn chaos into clarity. It transforms frustration into focus and helplessness into empowerment. Most importantly, it rewires your brain to view problems as possibilities in disguise. Resilience does not mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It means facing discomfort with courage and turning pain into power. It is enduring the night while believing in the dawn. As you meet personal, professional, or emotional challenges, resist the urge to sink into defeat. Instead, pause, reflect, and extract meaning. This process not only heals, it builds character. Through resilience, you develop what many lack: unshakable confidence. This confidence is not built on temporary success or fleeting praise, but on the certainty that no matter what happens, you will rise again. It becomes the foundation of unstoppable drive. You no longer wait for perfect conditions. You create your own momentum, powered by belief and persistence. The road to success is never smooth. It is marked with setbacks, delays, and detours. But those who walk it with resilience discover that every trial hides a treasure. They know character is not proven by how we act when life is easy, but by how we respond when it is not. Resilience is the echo of inner strength, the quiet force that declares, "I will not quit." Just as Edison's light bulb illuminated the world, your resilience will light the path to success. Harness it, honor it, and strengthen it daily. For in resilience, you don't just survive, you prevail. But the pursuit of greatness does not begin with vague intention. It begins with clarity. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Many dream of success, wealth, influence, or impact, yet fall short because they never define their destination with precision. Dreams may inspire, but without structure, detail, and consistent action, they remain unrealized. Henry Ford, who revolutionized transportation and industry, understood this truth. His famous words, "Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right," reveal the power of belief. But belief alone is not enough. It must be paired with direction. Ford's empire was not built on optimism. It was built on specific, clearly defined goals and relentless execution. The The most successful individuals don't wander through life hoping things will improve. They plan, prepare, and pursue with purpose. You must do the same. Begin by asking yourself, what does success look like for me? Define it clearly. Is it a career milestone, a financial achievement, or a personal transformation? Whatever it is, it must be written down, measurable, and bound by time. A goal without a timeline is nothing more than a wish, and wishes rarely take flight. Once defined, treat your objectives as a binding contract with your future self. Let your goals shape your calendar and dictate your choices. Clarity in goals creates clarity in action. Each day becomes a deliberate step forward rather than a random shuffle through tasks and distractions. Ambiguity, on the other hand, fuels procrastination. When goals are vague or too broad, the mind slips into inaction. Faced with uncertainty, the mind delays. It waits for the perfect plan, the perfect time, or the perfect spark of motivation, moments that rarely arrive. Specificity eliminates this paralysis. It gives your mind direction, guiding your hands in what to build, your feet in where to go, and your heart in what to believe. Think of building a bridge. Engineers don't rely on rough ideas. They work from detailed blueprints. Every measurement, every calculation, every material is planned with precision. Should your life's work be treated with any less care? If your goal is financial independence, define it, whether it's a specific income, a savings amount, or a business venture. If your dream is to publish a book, set deadlines for drafts, outlines, and submissions. Every goal must be engineered with intention. This not only raises your chance of success, it transforms your identity. You stop being someone who merely talks about dreams and become someone who builds them. The very act of setting clear, actionable goals trains your mind to think like a creator, a doer, a finisher. Your thoughts, behaviors, and environment begin to align with your vision. In the end, clarity is not just a strategy. It is a standard, one that demands commitment, discipline, and courage. Hold yourself to it. Watch how the fog lifts from your journey. The clearer your goals, the straighter your path. And the straighter your path, the faster your arrival. Yet true success is never achieved in isolation. Individual talent and determination are vital, but without collaboration, they remain limited. The greatest accomplishments in history came through unified effort, where ideas were shared, skills combined, and visions aligned. You may hold immense potential, but when joined with the right alliances, that potential is not only activated, it multiplies. Consider the birth of the United States. The Founding Fathers, despite differences in background, belief, and temperament, chose collaboration over isolation. They debated, drafted, and ultimately united to establish a new nation. Their legacy rests not only in what they created, but in how they created it, through respectful discourse, strategic alignment, and shared purpose. Their example endures as proof that when individuals combine strengths, they can produce something far greater than any could alone. You, too, must build these kinds of strategic relationships. Begin by evaluating who surrounds you. Do they lift you higher? Do they challenge you to grow? Do they share your standards and ambitions? The people closest to you shape your perspective, influence your decisions, and either accelerate or delay your progress. Mastermind alliances, intentional partnerships for mutual growth, are essential to personal and professional evolution. When two or more minds unite in harmony around a shared objective, they create a third, more powerful mind, a collective intelligence that sparks innovation, solves problems, and fuels momentum. The key is harmony. It's not enough to simply gather people. You must align with those whose values, goals, and integrity resonate with your own. To build these alliances, you must lead with authenticity. Be someone who adds value first, listen deeply, contribute sincerely, and support consistently. When you bring strength, others with strength will naturally gravitate toward you. As these bonds form, protect them. Nurture relationships with the same care you give your goals. Celebrate the wins of others. Offer help when no one is watching. Trust, once earned and maintained, becomes the bridge to shared victories. Alliances will fuel you in times of difficulty. When your vision dims or your confidence wavers, a strong circle of aligned individuals will remind you of who you are and why you began. They will speak truth, not flattery, encouragement, not enablement. Their belief in your potential reignites your own. Collaboration offers more than ideas. It offers accountability. A shared mission requires communication, coordinated effort, and respect. These conditions refine your character and stretch your leadership. They push you to compromise wisely and commit deeply. Never underestimate what a single conversation, partnership, or mission can create. Greatness often begins where your strength meets someone else's. Let that truth shape your relationships. Seek alliances not for comfort, but for challenge, not for convenience, but for growth. When minds unite with purpose, mountains move. That is not poetry, it is history. Build alliances deliberately, for in unity, your vision gains power. Self-discipline is not just a trait, it is a life structure. It creates the framework where achievement becomes not only possible, but inevitable. Without discipline, potential remains untapped. With it, even the most daunting goals begin to bend in your direction. Discipline is the bridge that connects ambition with accomplishment, thought with execution, and intention with transformation. Contrary to common belief, discipline is not deprivation, it is direction. Discipline does not restrict your freedom. It defines it. Without discipline, a person drifts, pulled by impulse and fleeting emotion. But the disciplined individual commands their time, their focus, and ultimately their future. This is not rigid living. It is strategic mastery. The key lies in consistent, deliberate choices that align with a higher vision. Each choice becomes a declaration of who you are becoming. Rising early, caring for your health, expanding your knowledge, managing your finances wisely. These are not random acts. They are statements of intent, signals to your mind and to the world that you are serious about your path. Napoleon Bonaparte's words, "Victory belongs to the most persevering," were no idle statement. He understood that true power is not reserved for the talented, but for those who show up day after day with purpose and resolve. Success doesn't require perfection, it requires persistence. And persistence is impossible without discipline. Think of discipline as a compass in the wilderness. Life's unpredictable terrain and endless distractions can easily pull you off course. But when discipline anchors your choices, you always know where true north lies. You may stumble, you may be delayed, but you do not lose your direction. Your inner standards, cultivated through discipline, guide you back. To develop this internal compass, establish non-negotiables, habits and principles that stand firm regardless of mood or circumstance. For some, it means starting the day in silence and reflection. For others, it may be daily physical activity or journaling. Whatever yours may be, embed them deeply into your routine. Let discipline become as natural as breathing. Over time, these small, consistent acts accumulate power. One daily action becomes a pillar, 10 become a fortress. Soon, you are not just practicing discipline, you are becoming disciplined. It shifts from a task to an identity. There is something deeply dignifying about this transformation. Discipline builds pride, strengthens self-respect, and proves that your word to yourself carries weight. Each time you follow through, especially when it's hard, you show yourself that you are trustworthy. That inner trust becomes the root of unshakable confidence. Yes, discipline requires effort at the start, but that effort pays lifelong dividends. With every disciplined act, you rise above the noise of distraction and the pull of ease. You choose to build while others wander. You choose growth while others stagnate. Eventually, discipline is no longer a burden, it becomes your strength. It sharpens your edge, accelerates your progress, and protects your vision from decay. When everything else wavers, motivation, excitement, even external support, discipline remains. Make it your mission to cultivate this inner climate. Think of your mind as a garden. What you plant will grow. Plant hope, courage, and belief. Water them daily with action. Remove the weeds of worry before they take root. By doing so, you don't just shift your mood, you change your trajectory. Lifelong success requires lifelong learning. The greatest minds in history all shared one common trait, an insatiable hunger for knowledge. They understood that wisdom is not a destination but a discipline, an ongoing pursuit that sharpens thinking, strengthens action, and sustains relevance in a changing world. Benjamin Franklin embodied this principle with remarkable discipline. Though his formal education was limited, he became one of the most respected intellectuals of his time. Why? because he never stopped learning. Whether experimenting with electricity, negotiating diplomacy, or drafting political philosophy, Franklin devoted himself to constant growth. His daily routine included reading, writing, reflection, and engaging with curious minds. In doing so, he turned knowledge into power. This approach is just as vital today. We live in an age where information shifts rapidly and industries evolve without warning. If you are not growing, you are not standing still, you are falling behind. Complacency is never neutral, it is regressive. The only way to maintain your edge is to keep sharpening it. Treat your mind like a muscle. Stretch it, challenge it, feed it well. Read books that push your understanding. Seek out conversations with those more experienced or insightful. Attend workshops and seminars not just for credentials, but for the transformation they provide. Personal growth demands initiative. No one will force you to keep learning once you leave the classroom. That responsibility rests on you. Take it seriously. Schedule time each week to strengthen your craft, explore new fields, or refine existing skills. The most valuable professionals are not those who know the most, but those who never stop learning. Mentorship also plays a critical role. A mentor compresses time by sharing lessons learned through experience. They challenge your assumptions, offer clarity, and spark new insights that fuel your growth. Don't wait for a mentor to appear, seek them out. And when you find one, honor their time by applying what they teach. Learning extends far beyond facts and figures. It includes emotional intelligence, communication, leadership, and the ability to think critically. Success is rarely built on technical skill alone. More often, it depends on how well you understand people, manage stress, and adapt your behavior to different situations. Continuous learning must therefore be holistic. Each day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? This single question keeps you curious, turning ordinary experiences into lessons, mistakes into insight, and life into a journey that grows richer with time. Remember, knowledge is never static. What you knew 5 years ago only matters if you've evolved since then. If you fail to upgrade your mind, you're trying to solve new problems with outdated tools. By committing to continuous learning, you rise into the ranks of leaders rather than followers. You future-proof your success. You become resilient, resourceful, and refined. In a world where change is the only constant, the ability to learn quickly becomes your greatest competitive advantage. Growth is not optional, it's survival. Technology shifts overnight, industries transform in months, and global events reshape economies in days. Your success depends less on how much you know and more on how fast you can adjust. The ability to adapt separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. Charles Darwin's insight on survival never placed strength or intelligence at the top. It highlighted responsiveness to change. That truth transcends biology and applies directly to your professional life, personal growth, and leadership. To remain effective in any field, you must release rigid thinking and embrace the fluid nature of progress. Too often, people fear change because it disrupts the familiar. They resist it, hoping old ways will return. But success is never found in clinging to what once worked. It comes from the courage to step into the unknown and create new strategies for new realities. Change is not your enemy. It is your invitation to evolve. To cultivate adaptability, begin by shifting your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" start asking, "What can I learn from this?" That simple change turns panic into possibility. It moves your energy from resistance to resourcefulness. Every challenge becomes a proving ground, a place where flexibility is refined and problem-solving sharpened. Adaptability does not mean abandoning your principles. It means reimagining your methods. Your vision can remain steady, even as your route shifts. The best leaders, entrepreneurs, and innovators keep their destination firm but redraw the map when needed. They adjust their steps without compromising their values. One way to strengthen adaptability is by seeking variety. Expose yourself to new ideas, cultures, and experiences. Read outside your usual interests. Engage with people who challenge your worldview. Each encounter expands your mental elasticity and builds confidence in your ability to pivot. Adaptability also thrives in environments that allow experimentation. Give yourself permission to try, fail, and revise without harsh judgment. Perfection is not the goal, progress is. The more you iterate, the more agile your thinking becomes. Flexibility is like a muscle. It grows stronger with practice. Equally important is emotional agility. As circumstances shift, you must process discomfort without being paralyzed by it. Anxiety, frustration, and confusion are natural, but they are not permanent. Practice grounding techniques. Reflect before reacting. Allow yourself to feel uncertain and still take action. In times of disruption, those who adapt become beacons of stability. They are not swept away by change, they harness it. Their composure inspires confidence, and their mindset fuels innovation. When others freeze, the adaptable move forward. Adaptability is not just about surviving. It's about positioning yourself to lead. Change is inevitable in every season of life. Growth, however, is optional. Choose growth. Choose adaptability. Let every twist in your journey strengthen your resolve, expand your creativity, and deepen your resilience. In the ever-evolving story of success, it is the adaptable who write the next chapter. A life of true success is not built solely on accomplishments, accolades, or wealth. It is built on purpose. Purpose gives meaning to your pursuits, anchors your values, and ensures your journey is not only upward but also inward. Without purpose, even the highest peaks can feel hollow. With purpose, every step, no matter how small, becomes significant. Purpose begins with introspection. Ask yourself, what do I stand for? What matters most? What kind of legacy do I want to leave? These are not abstract questions. They are foundational. They shape your vision, guide your choices, and direct your days. When your goals align with deeper convictions, you tap into an energy that outlasts motivation and outperforms willpower. Look at those who changed the world not through force, but through purpose. Florence Nightingale revolutionized healthcare not for recognition, but out of duty. George Washington Carver uplifted generations of farmers through his breakthroughs, driven by service rather than fame. Their achievements were not accidents. They were the natural outflow of inner mission. The same principle holds true for you. Each action should reflect your values. When decisions are made with integrity, results carry a deeper and lasting impact. Purpose echoes beyond personal success and becomes part of something larger. Purpose-driven individuals do not chase fulfillment, they create it. To live this way, you must constantly recalibrate. Life will tempt you with distractions and short-term wins that promise ease but cost authenticity. Stay vigilant. Check in with yourself. Are your efforts aligned with your values? Are your victories truly meaningful or simply impressive on the surface? Realign when necessary. True success never asks you to abandon who you are. It demands that you become even more of it. Contribution lies at the heart of purposeful living. The most enduring impact often comes not from personal gain, but from how you enrich others. When your work uplifts, when your presence inspires, when your words encourage, you are building a legacy worth remembering. Success that elevates others is the kind of success that endures. This moment is your call to rise. The world is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for commitment. Choose to cultivate your mindset, strengthen resilience, practice discipline, hold on to optimism, adapt with grace, and lead with purpose. These are not separate traits. They are woven together as one thread, the thread of greatness. Greatness rarely arrives in a lightning strike. It is built quietly through daily choices to live with meaning. Each sunrise offers another chance to begin again. The only limits that bind you are the ones you accept. Break them. Let today be the turning point where intention meets action. Begin with courage, walk with consistency. Let setbacks refine you, not define you. And always remember, your journey is not only about success, but about significance. You are the author of your story. Write it with boldness, write it with heart, and write it in a way that leaves a lasting mark not just on your life, but on the lives of others. Wishing you health, happiness, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mindset Daily.